So Mr. Klein, how are we supposed to know if it like reflects over the x-axis or reflects over the like y-axis? Like,
Great question, student. Well, how do you tell if something reflects over the x or the y-axis? Well, if you were given a function, y equals f of x, you're going to have a reflection over your x-axis if your negative is outside of your function. So what that means basically is if you have a negative times whatever your function is, so say like negative x squared, maybe negative square root of x, something like that, that means you're going to have a reflection over your x-axis. If you have something that is reflected over your y-axis, then that negative is inside your function. So instead of having a negative x squared, that would be like a quantity of negative x, quantity squared, or a square root of negative x. If you look at the problem down below, you have your parent function f of x equals x squared, while your other function, your new function, is reflected over your x-axis. Notice where your negative is. That is outside of your function. So let's try to write an equation given a graph. And if you notice here, it looks like a parabola, but it's actually f of x equals x to the fourth. So pay attention to what the directions are telling you, because we're going to have a new function which is going to be g of x is equal to something x to the fourth. Well, we need to figure out if we have any transformations here. Well, we do have something we just looked at. We do have a reflection. Notice this should be going up, but we have a reflection right here. So we have a reflection over the x-axis. That's one transformation of our parent function. We also have a shift to the left, a horizontal shift, left 3. So if we have a horizontal shift, that means our number needs to go inside our parentheses. And since we are going left, usually that means a negative 3, right? But what we're going to have inside our parentheses is we're not going to have a negative 3, we're going to have an x plus 3. You always have to think the opposite of whatever you're given. Now this isn't to the fourth power, and since we have a reflection over our x-axis, that means our negative will move out to the front. So that would give us our function of g of x equals a negative x plus 3 quantity to the fourth. So to answer your question, student, from the beginning, you need to pay special attention to where your negative is located, either outside your function or it had to be inside your function.